Hello, people of St. Michael's. These last few months have carried us through so many deep feelings. The fear and the isolation, the loneliness, the sadness, the horror, the grief, now being appalled at our leadership and what the police have done, watching yet again racism on center stage in America, and the exhaustion that comes from going through these cycles over and over and over again. I don't know about you, but I hate this, and it is hard sometimes to find hopefulness in these days. This weekend we come into some celebration, however, on our calendar. It's a celebration both of the Feast of the Trinity on the big church calendar and the Feast of Youth Sunday on the St. Michael's calendar. That's the feast when we give thanks for the end of the program year, and we remember and bless and pray for our kids and the work of our teachers and our youth leaders. And then we go and enjoy our summer, which this year feels a little different. But those feasts are important. The coming together in the ways that we can come together, the celebrating and the hearing the voices of the kids and our youth, and remembering the good news of God as community, which is part of the very theology and heart of the Trinity. There are two different images that a lot of times get used to talk about the Trinity. One is the image of a dance, the Trinity being three persons in endless movement with one another, pouring into one another, receiving from one another. The Creator, the incarnate Word, the Spirit, constantly in movement. And we often imagine those perhaps as sort of a peaceful, quiet, flowy sort of dance. But I wonder if sometimes that dance isn't agitated and passionate, and if sometimes that dance isn't grieving and lamenting. And the other image we usually see when we talk about the Trinity is that one of the three characters, three angels seated around a table that are inviting us into the fourth part of that table, God as Trinity inviting us into the heart of that community, coming to the table, come and be nourished and fed here. But again, I wonder if God doesn't sometimes feed us, not just to nourish us and give us rest when we need it, but also to discomfort us, to agitate us, to give us energy we didn't expect to go and do new things we hadn't planned. We don't stay at the table, we go back into the dance, and it's back and forth and back and forth, being fed, being agitated, and going out again. I don't know where you are right now. Many of you are at home and staying at home, and a few of you have chosen to go out on the streets and be part of the protests and the demonstrations. I pray that wherever you are, you remember to pray, remember to bring God into that work, into that rest, into those feelings of loss and hope. God, the Trinity, God, the community is always with us, agitating us, feeding us, and sending us back out again. Our world is hurting and wounded, and we have healing to bring. God is love. Let's bring that love.